I think this is going to be a good one. It's been over 3 weeks since the last news video, and we have a lot of important stuff to talk about. So it might just turn into a Hall of Fame badge plug yapathon that you guys love so much. I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. We will see. But hey, drop a like if you guys support one of the only 2K creators that hasn't sold their soul to 2K. Let's get into this. We have a lot to talk about as well. First of all, as you guys see right here, I want to thank you, man. 3 million views on the Kobe video in under 3 months. No money spent. Kobe video, him, and we also showed 3 million people already. Almost my most popular video already on my entire channel. That you don't have to spend money on VC, or you could spend a lot less, you get up to like 70, 80 overall, and then do a no money spent if you want as well. But yes, thank you guys so much, because the average view duration is over an hour. You might not know about YouTube analytics, but that is crazy that 3 million people clicked on a video, on average watch for at least an hour. So anyway, I also want to thank you, because my next big project besides the Kobe video was this one right here, the downfall of NBA 2K, and it's already going crazy. Of course, thanks to you guys, this would not be happening without you, man. It took forever. Like, we started this in January, me and the guy that was editing the video, writing the script and things like that. This wasn't no normal news video if you seen it, right? So we really sat, and I researched for 3 to 4 days, had a whole thing written up, scrapped it. Boom, we made the Kobe video. We came back to it. It took hours and hours of talking before we even found out exactly how we wanted to word things and how we felt. And a lot of people agreed. It was honestly amazing to see so many people. I'm not going to spoil it. You got to go check it out. Besides the fact that I said Bethesda wrong, and I have been getting destroyed in the comments. People are assuming I don't even play other games besides 2K, which is crazy. I'm not gonna just defend myself, because you guys know, my OGs know that I do play other games, especially if you were there for the Facebook days. You know what I'm saying? If you were there when I had that contract where, yes, they paid me beautifully to stream on Facebook, and I got to play a lot games that I didn't know the time for. I thought I didn't love gaming anymore, because all I played was 2K for like a 3 to 4 period of time, and I got to play a lot of awesome games again. Like, I went back and beat Resident Evil 4, GTA San Andreas, GTA 5. We beat Elden Ring multiple times, went on a 99 win streak in PvP before they even added the arenas. I'm yapping, okay? But thank you guys, seriously. And but yeah, I never did play Bethesda, by the way, so sorry. But anyway, let's talk about what we really came here to talk about. I mean, we have a lot, so it's not really like, look, they added 2K a pay to win. This is the very beginning of everything. This is the start of the downfall. We seen this last year when 2K added the season passes. We knew this was going to be a very, very high chance that this was testing the waters, right? What they're doing is they're adding it to see how people feel about it, what they say. And yeah, people got upset and people made their rant videos, but then the statistics came out like we seen in the last earnings, which I also want to talk about as well. I don't think it is as good as they said it was, but anyway, people are buying it. It's very obvious that people are buying these I don't know why. Dude, I literally have bought, this is my job. I think I bought one Hall of Fame pass, and it was season 1, so I could get the short shorts, because there was no short shorts. They did that on purpose, which is crazy, by the way. There was no short shorts in the game in season 1, except for if you bought the Pro Pass or Hall of Fame pass, which is crazy. But yeah, that's insane. Anyway, look at this, bro. You see right here on the left, Mike Wang said before the game came out, a note about the Pro Hall of Fame season passes for 2K24. There are some really cool prizes in the passes, but nothing that will provide my players a competitive advantage on the court. No gameplay animations, badges, etc. And then for level 6, if you buy that pass, you now have a +1 3-point arm sleeve, which I've also been told has been out in the game and earnable before in other seasons. Except, and I could be wrong here, I want you guys to, correct me in the comment section down below, because I don't play 2K a lot in this time of the year. But the earnable one was for like the left arm, and now they dropped one that you cannot get apparently without buying this season pass on the right arm. which is the very beginning of pay to win. I mean, they already pay to win as it is. I mean, 2K has basically turned into pay to play, right? Not even pay to win in the game, the game mode that I play. My team is definitely, pretty high up there in the pay to win, but like everybody basically spends money on their build and then they go into play. There's a lot of people that, there is a group of people that do no money spent and stuff like that now, which I would love to see much more people doing now that a lot of other creators have got into it as well and posted their no money spent videos. I mean, that's millions and millions of people that have viewed this now, so we'll see what they're going to do. But anyway, back to what I'm saying is 2K is testing the waters. They waited and waited, and next year, the Pro Pass, the Hall of Fame Pass, all that stuff will most likely have even more things like this. You might be this +1 3-point arm leave. That's how they get you. They want you to start out psychologically. I'm not even kidding right now, guys. I'm not even joking. They want you to go, oh, it's just like there's literally someone that commented or was thinking, bro, it's just +1, and then they're gonna slowly move in a little bit more, until eventually you're gonna be at a disadvantage probably. Now I'm saying probably because we don't know the future exactly, but you're gonna be at a disadvantage if you don't buy the season pass. Which is crazy because in my team, they've already done something like this. They've already done it in Season 7 where I seen that they gave you a Jokic card, right? That's like a power forward or a center. And if you buy the Hall of Fame pass for this season, you're going to get a point guard Jokic, which I think also has better animations and things like that. Now, if you guys don't know about my team, basically, I mean, I don't know the exact meta nowadays, but for years now, it's been you want to have very tall players, even at point guard. Like, you want to have 7-foot point guards if you can with its animations and best jump shots. So yes, it is huge to be able to put Jokic at point guard, especially if he has good stats and things of that nature. This is the start, and it's not looking good. Now, one thing I've tried to tell you guys, because I want to have an audience that watches these videos that has a brain, right? This is a news video. We're talking about news. There's most likely not very many like kids watching these videos. And if you are a kid, that's awesome that you're watching a video like this, because we're not like, TikTok, edit, making your brain go crazy, brain rot. You're actually listening to something, engaging in it, and things like that. But what I'm trying to say is, I want you all to think about, is 2K actually dead? In your head right now, is it actually? Because it is top 10 and actually number 3 in the country, and I think this is on PlayStation this month. Now, I believe it was free last month. I'm not sure if it still is, but that's crazy. Regardless of what you want to say, oh, maybe it's free or about whatever it is, there is people playing this game. We've seen in the last earnings that their earnings was good. However, their last earnings before that, which is once every 3 months, if you guys don't know, for the company of Take-Two, it was red. And then they made the game free on PlayStation and Xbox for a whole month. They also did whatever the hell they did with my team that we've talked about, which is horrible. I mean, they turned it into an actual gambling simulator is what people are saying. People are calling it My Casino. It's that bad. Every card that's actually good, apparently, you can only get from opening packs with money. Yeah, you can afford and grind out something to get like one pack, but the odds are less than 2%, it says. And most people that have went into it and actually did the math are saying it's actually less than 1%, usually around 0.2% is what DBG said. So there's people like Troydan who exposed that you can spend thousands of dollars to not even get the card that you want, or he spent, I think it was like $6,000 until he got Michael Jordan. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is they did the game for free on both consoles, and they also did whatever they did with my team. They turned it into an actual, what people are saying, gambling simulator. So they did all that to get a green earnings, to say, hey, we made money, guys, don't worry. I think that if you take away that stuff right there, because they made a lot of people stop playing 2K. I mean, even Troydan said that he's not playing my team or uploading it anymore until they fix what's going on, these business practices that are so bad. I think that if they took that away, it wouldn't have been green. I think we would have seen 2 red ones in a row. Now, there's something I want to talk about with you guys. I'm always here to destroy the narratives that I do not feel are true. And I've seen a good amount of people, like 10, 20 comments with this mindset right here. Check this out. So this is a comment, and it says, Now imagine if creators actually go by what they say and actually quit spending thousands and thousands of dollars, the game would actually be good. It's that easy, peeps. To actually go out there and think of all the issues that 2K is in right now, at creators, is horrible in my opinion. I think this is one of the worst narratives that has happened in the last few years. Yes, some creators are part of the issue. Right? And some creators go to community day and promote the game. They bite their tongue all year. Yes, that is an issue. But if you can look and think of the number one issue and you're not going to say it's 2K, I can't respect your opinion. I can't. But check this out. Let's go even further. If you took out a calculator and you said, I'm just going to give you a really crazy estimate right here, that there's 500 creators. I couldn't name more than, I don't know, 10 to 20 that still upload the game. You know what I'm saying? But let's say there's 500 because we're going to count people that are just, you know, just now trying to make content. They have only been doing it for a year or two. They're not really out there yet, things like that. Let's say there's 500 creators. And let's say they spend, and I'm being generous here because it's probably less than this if you took all of them together, $2,000 during the whole year of 2K24. Do the math. You can check it if you want. That's $1 million. Now, $1 million, you might be like, wow, that's so much. And usually it is. But 2K makes over $1 billion a year on just NBA 2K. Now, let's somehow say, because we're adding my team creators in here, kind of, you know, like Troydan, which is a big outlier. This is not like he's not the average creator. Let's say the average creator out of 500 spends $4,000. That's still only $2 million. That is a gigantic piece of the pie that is still not talked about. There is literally last year 13 million people that bought NBA 2K23, guys. Yes, creators are part of the issue, but they're not nearly as big as you actually think they are. Like, yes, we've talked about this before, that creators could go on strike about the game, but I've told y'all, man, and I said I would do it. But the issue here is that there's so many creators, especially bigger ones, they're locked up. They bite their tongue throughout the whole year, and it doesn't make sense to me, guys. It doesn't make sense because I'm telling you right now, a lot of them make a good amount of money. They don't need 2K. They don't. It's literally a small piece of their earnings throughout the year that they get to go to community day and post some videos because, you know, August is a very dry month for most people's channels, so this is nice. It's a great opportunity for them. They get to get flown out, wined and dined by Ronnie 2K. But still, I can't imagine, and it actually not breaks my heart, but it just blows my mind that there's so many creators that bite their tongue throughout the whole year just so they can go to this one event and just so they can have a little logo that, by the way, means nothing anymore. We all know the logo doesn't mean anything, but yet here we are. It's actually crazy to me. But getting to my point, if every single creator went on strike, there would be some significance to that. Although there is a lot of people that do not watch YouTubers or streamers, they're just casual basketball fans, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with being a casual. We wouldn't have this game if there wasn't casuals, because there's way more than people that are playing the game hours and hours a day. What I'm saying is, in every game, just like 2K, and I think 2K is a big one, there's a lot of people that don't even watch. So how are they going to even see if there's a strike or anything like that? And plus, they don't care. They're just playing now online with their friends. They're playing MyG and things like that. They're not worried about anything that we're going through because they're not going through it. But you get people that are like, also Bashblog, you have all these complaints about the game and you hate the game. Why do you still upload it? That's not true. I don't hate the game. You guys know that. We've talked about that multiple times. I just hate the business. What's going on? The egregious major transactions, not even microtransactions anymore. Massive transactions that 2K is adding into the game, trying to squeeze out every single penny from their customers. I think 2K24 is a serviceable game. I can play it. I can have fun on it. Not all the time. I definitely have to take a lot of breaks. I haven't hit level 40 since like season 3, but I probably hated 2K21, 2K22 if I was to rate it, you know, hate or great, good, whatever. But yeah, I think this is a serviceable game, and that's pretty much it. The 2K is not trying to innovate or make a great product anymore. That's a big problem as well with my feelings towards 2K. You know what I'm saying? But also, you know, think about this. If I stopped uploading 2K, I want you to just give me your opinion on this. Versus showing 3 million people money on a build. And also my newest documentary, opening people's eyes, like, oh, I wasn't even aware of these issues that you're even talking about. Or maybe I was, but I didn't really think about what's going on. We've opened over 3 million people's eyes to a different perspective. Or maybe just being like, oh, wow, that's something that I definitely agree with, or I have similar feelings to that. You know what I'm saying? So would I make a difference? I don't know. You guys obviously know my opinion on that. But also, man, creators, like I said, they're not going to go on a strike. Yeah, they are part of the money coming in, but it's not nearly as much as you actually think if you break it down. They have actually watered down everything. And yes, there is some people that's ready to comment like, oh, badge plug, I won 250,000 VC off the wheel. It's possible, but it's a very, very low chance. And I feel like they almost do it just so some people can say, ah, man, hey, look, you're complaining about that, but hey, bro, I got something really nice off of it. You know what I'm saying? But look, we got to talk about this, bro. We have to talk about 2K adding. And this is one of the craziest things because nobody talks about this really. You guys remember, if you've been here, before 2K24 came out, literally the first impression I had of badge regression, I told you guys, I said it would be very, very hard to implement this correctly. I think there's a chance, I'm almost saying word for word right here. I said, I think there's a very, very high a terrible decision. They mess it up versus they make it something that's like interesting and actually works good with the game. Added badge regression, right? Where you can lose your badges and then every single season are giving us floor setters for level 20 and level 40. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is. They can manipulate you psychologically that good that you're like, oh yeah, I gotta hit level 40 this season so I can keep my badge from regressing. Oh man, it still blows my mind that there was a lot of people telling me that I was in the wrong before the game came out about being very critical of losing badges. Seasons pay to win, bro, like it's gonna happen. It's most likely going to happen. Now, like I told y'all, bro, waiting until the next game is free or waiting until it's on sale, playing Play Now Online. There's so many things you can do if you still want to buy 2K, because I understand, bro. I really get it. That this is the only basketball game. But like we've talked about before, beside the strike thing, which isn't realistic, a very much more realistic thing is for a lot of people to stop buying as much VC, to find a different avenue, to do some no money spent. Now you might be like, oh, this is a creator telling me to stop buying VC. I haven't bought VC since I told you guys. I literally have not bought VC in the year 2024. Yes, I'm still going to buy VC in the future, like when 2K25 comes out, things like that. But I told you guys, I'm going to myself do what I said, spend less money on VC. And if a lot of people just spend less money, that's going to be big. There is we seen in their earnings from not their last earnings, but the one before, that they apparently make 75% almost of their money from microtransactions, guys. So yes, that is, I think, a much more realistic approach if you want 2K to feel it. If you want to hit their pockets so that they can maybe innovate more, maybe care more about their product, is to just spend less on microtransactions. Of course, the best way possible is to just not buy the game. But being realistic, a lot of people are going to buy it, especially because it's the only basketball game out right now. I think that's a good way you could look at it. So, also, for 2K25, I've seen this tweet right here, and it blew my mind. It actually did. PlayStation, as you see, 7 million monthly active users, and over half, right around half, of those users are on PS4. That's crazy because I did not expect that. And what I'm saying that for is I would not be surprised if there is another prehistoric gen, last gen, whatever you want to call it for 2K25, which means, of course, and you can say, oh, well, Badge Plug, they have two different teams. The work's going to be split up. The money's not going to be the same. Like, they need to focus on one product. I mean, it's very obvious that they need to have all their focus on one product, and it's not going to happen. But this time, I'm actually going to agree with 2K. Like, I get it. I mean, think about this. Let's say they make $1 billion in a year. If you're not getting an extra, let's say there's 20% of people that are still playing last gen. I think it's probably around like 30, but let's say 20. They make $1 billion, that's $2 million they was out on of revenue because they didn't make a last gen game. It's unfortunate that a lot of games are being held back because of last gen consoles. I don't want to like money shame people or whatever people normally do with the whole, you're broke, get a new gen console, whatever. You know, you do that if you want, but I'm just saying, like, it's actually gonna be another year. It blows my mind. When we got to this generation, I was thinking when 2K21 came out, we'll probably have two different games for like 2 years. I was pretty sure this year was gonna be the one where we didn't have a last gen, but nope, we're here again, and I don't think it's gonna stop. I think they're gonna make last gen games up until the next gen comes out, which is crazy, actually crazy. Anyway, Ronnie2K went to Twitter and he replied to someone. The reply doesn't matter, but this is what he said, okay? This is what he said right here. He said, miss it too. You'll soon see all the things I've been working on that have been keeping me off social media and live lately. Really exciting times ahead, but definitely miss it. So I don't know what Ronnie2K is talking about with he's got something really exciting soon and stuff like that. But I'm interested to see because I might know, but I don't want to go out of my way to spoil that. Not necessarily spoil, but go out of my way because this is information that could get the person that told me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But if that's true, what I know, it could be something good. It's not going to be game changing or anything like that, but it could be something good for the community that would be good for the years ahead. Anyway, someone sent me this from Reddit. You guys know I hate Reddit. I think it's the worst thing on this planet. It's just a cesspool of hate. You know what I'm saying? Besides the fact that Reddit is awesome for finding an issue. Like, it is literally a broken masterpiece, Reddit. Because in one hand, it's just a whole bunch of dweebs that are just sitting there hate. That's all they do. They wake up with hate in their heart. And on the other hand, if I have an issue with something 8 years, the most specific issue you could ever think of, I could probably find out how to fix it on Reddit. Somewhere in the archive. Anyway, look at this right here. This guy was talking about rewards that 2K should do for the game and stuff like that. He said, this tweet shown here is Badge Plug. I don't know if y'all actually have watched Badge Plug's videos, but all of his suggestions basically center around the comp scene. Dribble heads, making tough shots, etc. And those are all suggestions that go against what casuals, majority of the player base, believe it or not, which I agree with, want from the game. Occasionally, Badge Plug says something you and I can agree with, but at the end of the day, he's really no different from the same creators, which complain about not being able to spam dribble and shoot contested until the game is patched to allow them to do that. So, first of all, that is actually, like, if you guys, that has to be satire. Like, he was actually serious. But it's almost like if you were to watch my channel and maybe he's seen a few different videos that didn't go with what I usually preach. But it's like if you walked and said the exact opposite of what I stand for. First of all, y'all know that I've been here for a long time. I hated the 2K22 left, right, set shot 25, stun you play style. The dribble, 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 stun you. I thought that took no skill. I thought it was stupid, all that type of stuff. Then, if any of you guys have ever watched one of my jump shot videos, and especially my videos, or just watch these gameplays normally, okay, sometimes it's a little different, especially in the videos where I tell you, like, you know, I'm giving tips on how to shoot better and stuff like that, I always preach taking wide open shots. And not only that, more than ever, 2K23 and 2K24, I've preached that, because when you take a wide open shot versus an open shot, now you don't have open looks anymore. That's a big deal, in my opinion. I think that's a really big deal. And not just that, it's probably going to change your shot timing a lot more often. Okay, not every single time, but it's much more likely to change your shot timing, your cue, your arc, all that type of stuff, because Mike Wing is stupid and thought that was gonna... I'm sorry, Mike Wing. I didn't mean to say it like that, okay? But like, that was dumb thinking that was gonna fix Zens, okay? And that was really dumb, bro, because now we have Titans. It's even worse. It's even worse. But yeah, I've literally preached taking wide open shots versus even open for years now, which is crazy. Maybe he's seen me shooting crazy with my 99 3-point Steph Curry build or something like that. I don't know. But basically center around the comp scene, dribble heads, making tough shots. Spam dribble and shoot contested until the game is patched to allow them to do it. What? That is actually hilarious, bro. I don't even know. I just wanted to show you guys that have been here for a long time, because you're probably laughing with me because you've seen the videos. You've seen them. Anyway, current gen, previous gen, whatever it is, you have a legend reward that makes you like Superman or something like that. I want to show you guys that. I thought that was crazy. It's the same legend grind as last year from 2K23 put onto 2K24. But yeah, you get like this throne, this like king's throne, and you can fly around like Superman, which still is cosmetic, and I would say sucks if it was on 2K24 next gen. But it's just crazy how that's probably better than the legend reward this year, the top 10 reward or whatever you want to call it, because one, you can't lose it. You can hit legend this year. The quote-unquote legend is top 10, and you can literally lose it. Only 10 people can have it. It's really dumb. Really dumb. Speaking of rewards, by the way, Chris ZT, who I think was someone who used to be pretty in good with 2K, so I was glad to see this. I was glad to see people, and I could be wrong here, but I'm so glad to see creators speaking up. He said 2K and EA are having a who is more out of touch with their competition, scrap the entire reward system once and for all. And he was replying, of course, to the Season 7 news that came out for these terrible rewards once again they gave us. I mean, that's no surprise at all. But yeah, I love it, man. I love that. I think some people are starting to be less scared of biting their tongue. But for some reason, it's a lot of big creators. Like, I'm talking about like over 100K. You know, you got Brutal Sim, All City, things like that speak out. But there's a lot of creators that are still scared for that stupid community day and that stupid logo that doesn't do anything for them. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. Anyway, as you guys see right here, and I don't know if this is real, take it with a grain of salt. This is not a troll post, but it looks like 2K is banning people that are using unauthorized software. And it says the account has been permanently banned for using unauthorized software, third-party stuff. So I don't know if that's real, but first of all, it's way too late in the year for you to finally start enforcing this, 2K, people that are using Zens, Titans, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, hopefully in 2K25, hopefully that's real, they actually ban people that are cheating. Now, under Joe Knows' new No Money Spent video, which he just recently did, this comment was awesome. I had to show you guys. This video should be used as evidence on a 2K trial. It takes Joe Knows 60 hours to reach 85 overall. And we're talking about someone who knows this game almost perfectly. Plays 2s with another good player grinding, 3s with a maxed out player, and 5s with high level 5 stack. Also, Joe's build is optimized. His upgrades are optimized. Which stat to upgrade first for gameplay to unlock animations and badges properly. And he's a very good player on top of that. There's no way this goes as smoothly for a kid discovering the game. Kid who is target 2K. And this kid will lose so much time in the process, especially on a poorly optimized build probably. Anyway, don't get me wrong, it's a great video, but what a testimony on 2K's predatory system. It took Joe Knows 60 hours to hit 85 overall. And we talked about this in my Kobe video, which you guys definitely should go check out, by the way. That I guess it took me in total, I think it was 118 hours, 120 to hit 99 overall. I guess that it would take a casual player who doesn't have teammates. That's a big one, right? Doesn't have consistent teammates and also isn't as good, which is okay. About 200 hours to go from 60 to 99 overall. Without player, of course, that would make it a little bit faster. But, I mean, you might not be alive by the time you hit 99. Because it's that boring for a lot of people. There is some people that enjoy it, but I'm saying a lot of people do not. But is that not mind-blowing to you? Think about this. If you are a quote-unquote casual player, which I said is completely fine to be a casual if you didn't hear a minute ago, and you had 2 hours a day to play. 2 hours a day. 200 hours to hit 99 would be 100 days of grinding out. Out your build 100 days. Now check this out. This guy is from my recent video, which you guys need to go check out, the downfall of 2K. It took a lot of time. It even took $2,500. Like, it was crazy, bro, how much we put into this video. I'm not going to be posting project after project that's like this. I still want to post these kind of videos right here where we just talk to each other and share news and stuff like that. But I am definitely going to be posting probably a few videos like that a year because I really enjoy just putting a lot of time into something and making an incredible video. I think it's a really cool thing that we've been able to achieve on the Kobe video and the downfall of 2K. But anyway, this guy said, I work full time and have 2 kids and a wife. Haven't played 2K for a few years, but got the new one since it's free on PlayStation. I've just been doing my career, or whatever it's called, about 56 games in, and I'm 72 overall. I haven't even bothered playing online because everyone is 90 plus. That right there is a window into a casual's perspective. 52 games, and he's a 70 overall. Like, it's actually insanely bad. I don't know how many kids 2K can possibly, because a lot of people think that 2K is just targeting kids with, you know, but if you think about it, I don't know how many you could actually bring. Like, how many new players, not even just kids, but let's just think about kids right here. Can you really bring it to like the park and my team modes? Think about my career. If I asked my mom for $100 for one build, now 15, I'd probably have 2 red marks on my face, both sides. Slapping. Are you serious? Did you just ask me for $100 after I just bought you this $70 game? Come on now. Let's be real. How many kids can you possibly bring in? So at one point they're like losing people, or people that aren't playing as much throughout the year anymore. And on another hand, how are they really bringing that many new people in with how insane the entry fee is to play the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just don't think that this is going to be a recipe for success for a long time. And I think that we would have seen 2 red earnings in a row if they didn't make the game free on both consoles for a month and do all that shenanigans they did for my team, which was insane. It still blows my mind, especially with the Kobe card collection. If you guys didn't see that, where they switched it out last day, the best card that you can get for collecting thousands of cards and playing for hundreds of hours. Or it was supposed to be a very good card, and then on the last day before people could get it, they switched it, which is insane. But anyway, we're on 2K mocap 2K25. You guys know this cycle is about to start soon. I'm going to be making news videos like I always do, informing on, because believe it or not, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to buy 2K25. Like I said, you can wait till it's free. That's a good option. You can wait till it's on sale. That's a good option. There's a lot of things you can do. But as I always say, I don't always say buy 2K25 because we haven't got there, but buy the game at your own risk. I'm giving you news. I'm giving you information. Take that and assemble it in your brain, and do not take it as, oh, Badgebug's hyping up the game, or he's saying this is going to be the best 2K ever. No. Buy the game because you decide you want to buy it, or maybe buy it because another creator is a shill and sold his soul to 2K. Does everything possibly can, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to give you the information. You do what you want with it. All right, but check this out right here, man. This is pretty interesting from Joe Knows, where he posted, because Frank, who works at the 2K League, posted the Last Dance. He said, is the 2K League done? Sorry, I got a little cough. Is the 2K League done? A lot of people have been spreading rumors that the 2K League is done. Like, this is the last year. And I see it happening. I mean, as we all know, the 2K League, I don't think many people are gonna, I would say there's a very high percent of people that can agree with me that the 2K League has not been successful. And there's been many issues in that. You can't just blame it and point it on one thing. But that's crazy that we might not have the 2K League anymore. Like, it might actually be gone. And I really think, like we talked about before, I honestly think that 2K made the 2K League, or Take-Two, they made the 2K League just so they could put it, and they have put it on their earnings before, that they have a professional league. They've said on their earnings, we're the only sports game with a professional league. Yeah, but you didn't care about it at all. I mean, I worked with the 2K League, as you guys know, in 2K22. I played as a lockdown on stage in a tournament for $10,000 against a guy who became a 2K League pro the next the next year, and we won, which was awesome. I had a cheese, the 2K22 cheese, and we won. I've experienced inside and out what the 2K League is. Worked with 2K, never been paid by K, but was with the 2K League. And I'm just gonna tell you right now that there's a lot of people, although they will say, oh, like the money's 50-50, like some of it's from 2K, some of it's from the league. 2K has not helped the league at all, from what I've been told. At all. And I could be wrong here. I'm just saying as I've been told. But yeah, I don't know who necessarily to put all the blame on. Like I said, I think there's a bunch of things. I think the 2K League is washed. I think it's gone. I don't think it worked. I don't think it ever worked. And that's pretty upsetting to see that we can't even get a professional league to work. Because look at all these other games where the professional league works. And it works great. I mean, it's huge for the game. Look, like Call of Duty, Halo, what is it? Counter-Strike Go. There's so much games, Dota, that like that's the main part of their game. That's the biggest part of their game, or very close. And yet we're gonna be losing ours. The 2K community is gonna be losing our professional league. But let's talk about gameplay for a minute. Now this is from Dazar, 2K developer, who followed me, and we had a lot of good conversations over the little amount of time that we have talked over the past few years. But recently he unfollowed me, which is, well, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever. This is what he said about gameplay, and this is something that people really need to understand. You might have seen this before. He said this right here. He said, as it's gonna pop up, part of the difficulty is more realistic movement equals less user control. Part of the difficulty is more realistic movement is less user control. I'm gonna say that again. When we make it more realistic, users complain that the game feels stiff because you have to wait for foot plant or ball position to change directions. In a video game, control is king, which conflicts realism. Okay? Now, you guys might not be already to my point here, But we've talked about this a few times. My opinion on realism on the game. I think that there has to be a balance. We can't have a 10 out of 10 realistic 2K. There's some people that are die hard. Like, as soon as you say something, before you even get the point out, they're like, no, it has to be realistic, and you guys just want to cheese, and you just want to. No, not at all. But the game, from a developer that's at 2K for a long time, just told you that the more realistic we go, there's issues with that. I think that 2K should make a 6 out of 10 points, right? We have 10 points to give to arcadey gameplay, and also realistic. 2K should put about 6 to 7 into realistic, and about 3 to 4 into arcadey. I think this year we're like 8 on the realism, and it literally it's counterintuitive. It actually makes it less realistic sometimes in some areas than actually realistic. Like, they try to make something realistic, and it actually makes it really unrealistic. That's the only way I can explain it. It's really unfortunate that we're at the point where, I don't know, man. I don't know what's on. I really don't know, and I've told you guys that I'm going to try to fight through it. I've been making a lot better content, in my opinion, like the Kobe video, the documentary, the video essay, stuff like that, and I've been enjoying that. But if I stop like enjoying what I'm doing, I'm not going to be here. I've told you guys before that I enjoy what I'm doing still, from time to time, not all the time, okay? You know, it is a job at the end of the day, but I really hope that we can see the comeback of 2K. Make 2K great again. I posted that on Twitter before. But what I really mean, though, is like, Call of Duty was a game I played for a very long time, and at one point I've played more shooter games than 2K. Like in basketball, Halo, Gears of War, Call of Duty, Battlefield, lots of shooter